What's up, YouTube? Timbers here. Since she's in the new film Weapons out this week, I decided to go ahead and do my top 10 favorite Julie Garner film and TV projects. Now, she doesn't really have a lot of movies on her docket and not as much TV shows, so I decided to shoot mash them together. So here is my official top 10 of favorite movies and TV shows of Julie Garner. Alright, number 10 is Dirty John. This was a really good little limited series. It premiered on the USA from 2018, and obviously they did another version in 2020, but with a different cast and different plot and all. The first season of this anthology series followed Deborah Newell, a wealthy woman who deceives by a con man, John Mahane. Her daughter Tara becomes a key figure in exposing his dangerous lies. Garner plays Tara Newell, Deborah's protective yet underestimated daughter here. And she's actually pretty solid. You also have like Connie Britton. You also have Juno Temple, who plays like her sister here. Which, by the way, perfect casting. I don't know why Julie Garner and Juno Temple both remind me of each other. So them as sisters was brilliant casting. Eric Bana was also in this. It was a really interesting, like an interesting whodunit type series. Lots of twists and turns around. Really good show if you guys haven't seen that. And the second season which had like Amanda P in it. Second season wasn't as bad, but I admit, I stepped down from the first. All right. Number 9 is a film called The Royal Hotel. Now this movie, it's about backpackers, Hannah and Liv, who takes bartending jobs at a remote Australian pub to fund their travels, but face like harassment from locals and all. Her friend is of course played by Jessica Henwick. This is, of course, directed by Kitty Green, who directed another Julie Garner movie, which I'll talk about here in a bit. But The Royal Hotel is a really interesting little thriller. Like, it came out all the way back in 2023. It is really intense at times. Julie Garner and Jessica Henwick both play off each other well. Hugo Weaving is very terrific. Her character is like very cautious, perspective, contrasting with her friend Liv's carefree attitude. It is a really interesting film worth giving a go. Alright, number 8 is Waco. Now, Waco, of course, is a miniseries that dramatizes the 1993 Waco siege and focusing on the standoff between the Branch Davidians, led by David Koresh, and federal authorities. Garner plays Michelle Jones, who's a young Branch Davidian, and sister-in-law to Koresh. She's really great here. Of course, you have like Taylor Kitsch, Micah Shannon, but her portrayal really like conveys quiet and loyalty and fear, grounding with some emotional authenticities here. And she gives such a great performance. Now, I'm just gonna say I don't have Ozark in this list because I tried Ozark, not really didn't do anything for me. But I would say if I were to do my top 10 favorite Julie Garner performances, then Ozark would be in this top 10 list. Because even though I wasn't too big with the show itself, Julie Garner is actually the reason why I kept watching. Because she is really great on that. Just as my favorite overall, that's not on my list. But anyway, Waco is still really a good one. Really intense. Obviously I was a baby when the whole Waco siege happened. So I didn't really know too much about it. But it is a really interesting series worth giving a go. You also had Melissa Benoist was in this. Really good series. Alright, coming in at number 7 is The Americans. Now, I didn't love the show as most people did. Like, so many people has it on their top 10 favorite shows of all time and all. I'm not really going that far, but it was an interesting series. Here you got Garner. This was like one of her earliest TV gigs, I guess you say. She plays like a lonely teen who's manipulated by Philip, and her emotional vulnerability and gradually strength makes her a heartbreaking figure here. Of course, you have like Karen Russell, Michael McFadden. Oh no, not McFadden. Michael Reese, my bad. It's a really interesting series. Markham Martindale's great in this. Julie Garner, again, this was like I can say this was the show that really put Julie Garner on the map for most people. And it really shows how great she is. If you guys haven't seen it, highly recommend. And her as Carrie Russell's daughter, brilliant casting right there. Alright, coming in at number 6 is Advancing Anna. Now, Advancing Anna, is a Netflix series that follows the investigating Anna Sorkin, a con artist posing as a welfare heiress named Anna Delvey, who, by the way, say what you want about her, she was actually pretty good on Desperate Stars last year. But anyway, this, of course, actually scored garnered a couple of Emmy nominations. I think a Golden Globe too, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember if she won or not, but she is great here. Playing like this conceiving con artist, she does a great job here. Funny enough, she's also playing another con artist in the Sam Fryman Blank whatever it's called series from Netflix. So she's having a thing for playing con artists on Netflix. I don't know why, but that aside, Advancing Anna is a really interesting series. Of course, created by Shonda Rhimes. So I'm not really the biggest Shonda Rhimes guy. This is definitely one of her better shows, in my opinion. It's really decent. Garner's Anna is like very magnetic, socialite. The accent, by the way, was perfect. She really captures like Anna's charm, ambition, delusion, and she is really fascinating in this. All right, number 5 is Martha Marcy May Marlene. I think this was actually her first feature, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong there. I definitely know it was Elizabeth Olsen's first feature. Well, pretty much her breakout role, I should say. And Martha Marcy May Marlene has like Garner playing this young cult member, and her small but potent role highlights her ability here. If you guys don't know much about Martha Marcy May Marlene, it's from the same director who did the Iron Claw a few years back. And it's where like Martha escapes a dangerous cult and seeks a refuge from her sister Lucy, but struggles with like paranoia, fragmented memories here. And it's a really intriguing series. It is a little slow at times, but I remember watching this. It was really, again, it was a movie that put Elizabeth Olsen on the map. Julia Garner was really good in this. John Hawkes was great. Sarah Paulson was also in this. Really interesting little horror thriller that is well worth a watch. Alright. Number 4 is Grandma. Now, Grandma starred Lily Tomlin and Julia Garner, where this grandmother played by Lily Tomlin takes her pregnant teenage daughter Sage on a road trip to get her money for her abortion. And Lily Tomlin, I still think Lily Tomlin should have got an Oscar nomination for this. But Julie Garner is just as good. Her chemistry with Lily Tomlin is great. You had Marsha Gay Harden was also in this. Seb Elliott. Who else was in this one? One of the Wolf brothers. I think it was Nat Wolf. He was also in this. Really interesting little film, worth giving a go. Really charming. The chemistry, I really quite like the abortion scene at the end. Where, of course, Julie Garner's character is trying to get abortion, and, of course, obviously outside the abortion clinic, you had, these people trying to heckle her and try to tell her not to get it and stuff. And I just love Lily Tomlin's little scene where she curses them out. Really hilarious moment. But Grandma is a really well worth a watch. Directed by one of the Weitz brothers. I think it's, Paul Weitz. Was it Paul Weitz or Chris Weitz? One of the two. One of the directors behind American Dreams and all. It is well worth a watch. Highly recommend that one. Alright. Coming in at number 3, okay, I admit this is a most recent, but I still enjoyed it, and I thought she was excellent all around. Number 3, The Fantastic Four First Steps. Yes, I know, but that just came out. What? I don't care. I still loved it. She plays the role of Shala Bar, the Virgin of a Silver Surfer. I am so glad they did not go with the Norma Rad. I do hope we do get Norma Rad down the line, but I'm so glad they went with the Silver Surfer. She was awesome. I really quite liked her scenes with Joseph Quinn's, Joseph Quinn's Human Torch here. Johnny Storm does. She really just does such a great job here. I love the look, and it's also really cool they did show her in human form as well. A little spoiler, but because come on, Julia Garner, you can't hide her human form. Come on, But still, she was great. I do hope we see Sheila Bar again in the future. Or Shallowball, I should say. Why do I always keep calling her Shallowball? It's Shallowball. But I do hope we see the Shallowball again in the future. She is just really good. Like, I love the transformation here. Like, the silver costume was great. You know, she really, out of all the actors in this, she gave the better performance out of the other supporting characters. And she's really amazing. Alright, number two is Perks to Being Wallflower. Now, she plays mostly a minor character. She plays Susan, who's this minor but memorable character who's a high school peer of Charlie's. And Susan is like sweet and somewhat naive girl who briefly dates Charlie. Of course, you know, if you guys don't know much about Perks of Being a Wallflower, it is based on a very popular book starring Logan Lerman, Emma Watson, Ezra Miller, and it's about Charlie, who's a shy freshman who navigates high school and mental health struggles with the help of his two friends. And Logan Lerman, who I just saw him in Oh Hi this in just recent, and he is terrific here. I guess say the movie that really put Logan Lerman on the map for most people. This was one of Julie Garner's earliest roles she did, and she was really great. I mean, it's a really good little film worth giving out. And my number one favorite film and TV role of hers is The Assistant. Now, I remember seeing this one all the way back in Deers back in 2020, before, like, this was actually one of the last movies I saw before Deers closed and stuff. And this stars Julie Garner, who plays a recent college graduate and aspiring film producer who works as a junior assistant to a powerful entertainment mogul. And the film follows, like, her single day life as she navigates toxic work placement and stuff and predatory behavior. You might actually know about this movie because if you go to a job interview and they do like that sexual harassment seminar thing, and have you like watch, because I actually when I did security a few times, I did like the sexual harassment seminar because every job you get those and stuff. And this is actually one of the films that they showcase in the seminar and stuff, because obviously it's workplace harassment and stuff. It is a really powerful film, though. Really showcase about workplace harassment and stuff like that. Julie Garner is excellent here. You got Michael McFadden. He is terrific as her boss, who's a little bit of a douchey guy. It's a really terrific film. Very intense at times. Like, no one doesn't do like she doesn't like get attacked or anything, but just the stuff that they like try to do to her and stuff is really intense to watch. And it's a really good film. It is very intense at time. I feel like this could have easily got Julie Garner some award recognition, like an Oscar nomination or whatever, because she was that good in this. But sadly, the movie did come out around the pandemic, so it didn't really have time to grow really and get more. Most people who has eyes on this is probably people who go to those who has like a sexual harassment seminar at their job. That's how most people know about this film. But that aside, it's a really good film. If you guys ever seen that? That is, of course, obviously this does take place during the Me Too era and stuff like that too. So, yeah, perfect Me Too film. Anyway, that's pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown. Number number 10, Dirty John. 9, The Royal Hotel. 8, Waco. 7, The Americans. 6, Advancing Anna. 5, Martha Marcy May Marlene. 4, Grandma. 3, Fantastic Four First Steps. 2, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And number 1, The Assistant. Now, again, I know most people probably include Ozark on their list, which, again, I'm not really much of an Ozark guy, but she is actually good on it. Oh, let me see what else she has here. Can't Wait for Weapons. I would have added The Wolfman and Apartment 7A, but those weren't all that great. Let's see, Sin City, A Danger Kill for she was in. We Are What We Are. I cannot wait to see her as Madonna, by the way. That. Hopefully that Madonna movie finally gets on the ground, but we'll see. I Believe in Unicorns, Good Kids, Modern Love, The Get Down, many others. I mean, she's always amazing. Let me let you guys. What are some of your favorite Julia Garner film or TV projects? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy Signer.